You're sparkling in your life between lives. 4D Review. February 11, 2014. Dear ones, your new segments may magnify your memories and your being the next few days. Such is so for several reasons. Not only are you adding segments to your totality, the energies of the universes encourage you to address issues that shift your love to fear or hate. You probably already tapped into those pieces of your earth being that encourage you to deflect your love of self or others. As you expand your being by adding segments, you will also explore issues related to the memories or experiences of your new segments. This information is not for you to throw your arms up in disgust at your seemingly never-ending cleansing process, but instead to understand why you might be addressing or thinking of unpleasant memories you thought you shifted to a neutral or loving place. These new, perhaps unpleasant memories will be fleeting, for you did not experience them in this lifetime or physicality. They will be more like a disturbing movie that is difficult to forget for a few days. Do not become frightened by memories that are a bit disturbing and/or you do not understand. For many of your segments have different memories or experiences than those within your earth physicality. Think in terms of 3 people viewing the same scene. Each has a different memory. Much as 3 historians write 3 different accounts of the same incident based on their interests and viewpoints. So you might return to a past memory with a different perspective or find yourself disturbed by memories that seem to have no basis in reality. At the same time, you might see or sense differently as you drive along a familiar road or talk to a lifelong friend. These shifts in perspective and emotions merely indicate you are welcoming new segments with added perspectives and capabilities. Will some of these new memories, visions and senses include happy sensations? Yes, indeed. But you are not clearing happy sensations, you are seeking them. So you will add these happy sensations to your love repertoire. The seemingly new unpleasant memories sensations will not last long. Perhaps you will be angry for no apparent reason. Or you will look at someone in a new and somewhat unpleasant fashion. Allow those sensations to pass through your being without fear that you are regressing or doing something wrong. You might then question what happens to unpleasant memories between lives. For you have read and channeled that life between lives is most often a review of those pieces you do not wish to carry into another life on Earth or other locations. You are completing that review on Earth in this lifetime, a new concept for you and the universes. For if life between lives is of the 4th dimension and Earth is now moving through and, at times, beyond 4D, would it not make sense that you are experiencing some of that which was previously contained in those places and times between Earth lives? Those of dimensions beyond 3D never reverted to 4D between lives because they cleared those issues previously. The 4th dimension is merely an Earth and similar location holding retraining program. For those who no longer wish to experience a 3D Earth life or another 3D location, there is a different retraining program aligned to learning skills to help adjust to a non-3D environment. Perhaps you are wondering what happens to those, like yourself, who ventured to other locations and then decided to revert, that is the correct word, to a 3D life if just for a few years. You return to 4D between life locations to review where and when you wished to enter Earth in this lifetime. For most of you needed to enter Earth with 3D and ancestral memories, all of which are accessible in 4D. Following your Earth death in this lifetime, you will automatically move to a more advanced location to process all that occurred when you were of Earth in this lifetime. What happens to those loved ones who die before or during this transition? Those segments that were of 3D are or were processed in the expected 4D fashion. Those elements segments of 4D or beyond are were processed in some dimension beyond the 4th. Death transitions of whatever type are always processed in a learning environment. Such is not possible if the environment is of a lesser dimension than the one just left. Of course, not all segments in all lives are of one dimension, meaning each segment gravitates to that place that broadens horizons. You are completing something similar on Earth at this time. An unheard of and untested experiment you are navigating extremely well. Instead of berating yourself for returning to some unpleasant memories, give yourself a shout of joy for daring, yes daring, to complete a process that only occurred between lives on Earth and beyond in your previous lives. You are indeed extremely brave and courageous beings, allowing yourself to grow at a phenomenal never-attempted pace. You are not moving backwards, you are moving beyond at warp speed. So be it. Amen. Channeled by Brenda Hoffman. www.lifetapestrycreations.com